Hello guys, welcome to IB360. So today we will start with oligosaccharides. We have covered monosaccharides and derived monosaccharides, two important portions from small carbohydrates. So this is the last bit of it, oligosaccharides. From here we will move on to large carbohydrates, polysaccharides in the next classes. Anyway, let's begin with today's lessons on oligosaccharides. So small carbohydrates formed by the condensation of 2 to 9 monosaccharides, and depending upon the numbers of monosaccharide molecules condensed to form the oligosaccharides, the later are known as disaccharides, trisaccharides, tetrasaccharides, and so on. Let us study some examples under these things. Okay, so under disaccharides, famous examples would be sucrose, then lactose. Under trisaccharides, we have raffinose. Under tetrasaccharides, we have stachyose, and so on. Disaccharides would mean that two individual monosaccharides, they have condensed together, they have undergone condensation, and also lost a water molecule and established a glycosidic bond or linkage between them and formed the particular oligosaccharide. One more important thing to be noted is both oligosaccharide both oligosaccharides and polysaccharides are compound carbohydrates. But obviously, oligosaccharide is not a large carbohydrate, unlike polysaccharide. So here we have to note this term compound carbohydrate, both oligo and polysaccharides. Let us move on to disaccharides. So disaccharides, they are formed as a result of condensation between two individual monosaccharides. They are the smallest and the commonest oligosaccharides. Okay. Now hexosan disaccharides, that means the disaccharides in which the individual monosaccharides, they are hexoses. We have studied under monosaccharides they can be trioses, then tetroses, heptoses, hexoses, so pentoses. So hexosan disaccharides are disaccharides where the individual monosaccharides would be hexoses. So hexosan disaccharides, or at least one hexose basically. So they are the best known, and examples would be sucrose, maltose, lactose, trehalose. See, trehalose, this one is found in some fungi and hemolymph of some insects. Okay, so trehalose found in some fungi or fungi, and also, sorry, hemolymph of some insects basically. Okay, then sucrose is obviously the commercial sugar, also known as cane sugar, because most of it is obtained from sugarcane, Saccharum officinarum, and a large quantity of sucrose is also obtained from sugar beet or Beta vulgaris. Okay, and here is the structure of sucrose, which we will talk about a bit today. So this is sucrose. As you can see, it is formed of glucose and fructose. Okay, beforehand we should write two things, that sources would be sugarcane and sugar beet, and their scientific names I've already mentioned. You can just write the dictation down. Anyway, so you see there is a glycosidic bond established. So this bond is the glycosidic bond. Now sucrose is also known as a non-reducing sugar. Confusing, I know. So about this reducing sugars and non-reducing sugars, we will do an elaborate class very shortly. But for today, you should know sucrose is a non-reducing sugar, and it is formed of condensation from glucose and fructose, which are individual monosaccharides, and with 6 carbon, and glucose forms a pyranose and fructose forms the furanose, pentagon, typical pentagon structure. See, in this particular depiction, you see there is alpha D glucose and beta D fructose. They are forming sucrose due to condensation, and this is the glycosidic linkage. One thing to be noted, why alpha and why beta? In my previous video, I have talked about these two forms of pyranose and furanose rings, alpha and beta form. It is depending on the hydroxyl group attached to the first carbon. So here the hydroxyl group is below the plane of consideration. If this is the plane we are considering, it is below it in this diagram. So alpha. But here in case of fructose, the hydroxyl group which is attached to the carbon which is closest to the oxygen, which is this one. So here also this is the oxygen, and this is the carbon which is closest to this oxygen, and here also same, this is the carbon anyway, and hydroxyl group is above the plane of consideration. If we draw like this a plane, that is why this one is alpha and this one is beta. Second thing, why D? Again, I had talked about dextrorotatory and levorotatory optical isomers. So dextrorotatory, they would rotate light towards right side, they're polarized light, and levorotatory would rotate polarized light towards left, and that makes the difference between D and L, but both these forms are D. So alpha D and here beta D, and obviously this is the pyranose ring and this is the furanose ring. Okay, that was one confusion we have solved. Second thing comes, how is this a condensation reaction? You see, this one was a hydroxyl group and here also was a hydroxyl group, and this one is intact here also, here also. So we have only O left. So there was 2H and only one O left. So minus H2O will obviously sort out or balance this equation. So H2O has been released, as you can see over here, and that is why it is also hydrolysis reaction. And another important thing to be noted is this bond has been established between the aldehyde carbon of glucose and ketone group of fructose, and so there is no more free aldehyde or free keto group left in the resultant disaccharide, and that is why it is a non-reducing sugar. Of course, it can't be summed up so simply like this. We will have a detailed discussion on this later, but for now you should know that sucrose has no free aldehyde or keto group, so non-reducing sugar. Other than sucrose, we have other disaccharides, maltose and lactose also. Maltose is also known as malt sugar, and it is named so because it occurs in malted grains of barley, and it is also found in detectable amounts in most germinating seeds and tissues where starch is being broken down. And this one is a reducing sugar actually. Maltose is a reducing sugar. Okay. Then comes lactose, also known as milk sugar. So maltose is known as malt sugar, and lactose is also known as milk sugar. Okay. Obviously, it is named so because found naturally in milk. Also found inside mammary glands, and souring of milk is due to conversion of this lactose into lactic acid. Okay, so the lactobacillus bacteria, we know that in case of curd formation, these bacteria, they play a very vital role, So they have these kind of organic significance. So from lactose to lactic acid, and this is obviously some type of oxidation, because here the functional group from aldehyde it gets oxidized to acid, carboxylic acid. And another important information, that this is also a reducing sugar. So we have talked about sucrose, which is a non-reducing sugar. Other than that, maltose, lactose, they are all reducing sugar. In fact, trisaccharide raffinose, which I have talked about, raffinose, this one is also a reducing sugar, and this one is formed of three monosaccharides: glucose plus fructose, which forms sucrose. But then again, with this we have one more thing, which is galactose. Okay, so this is a raffinose, which is a trisaccharide, is a reducing sugar. Lactose is also reducing sugar. Okay, and in case of maltose, there is a glycosidic bond established again between carbon 1 of one glucose molecule and carbon 4 of another of the second glucose molecule. So in maltose also we have two glucose. Okay, let me just sum up it over here. Sucrose has one glucose and one fructose. Maltose one glucose, again one glucose, but obviously the carbon number would not be the same. Then lactose, one glucose and one galactose. So this is the thing. Another important thing which comes into play is a sweetening index, which is not that essential, but if you want to know sweetening index of sucrose, maltose, lactose, they are respectively 100 for sucrose, for maltose it is 32, for lactose it is 16. So these are the sweetening index, SI. Okay, so this is all about today. In next class we will talk about reducing and non-reducing sugars in details. Till then, stay safe. Thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe our channel IB360 for more.